You know, it's quite interesting. When you subscribe cable TV or any of these subscribers on television, they always, oh, we have sports. We can have so many channels on sports. On more than one, two occasions, I've said to the person on the other line, I don't want sports. I'm not interested in sports. What I want is EWTN. Make sure I have it. Because if you don't have it, I put period to this conversation. It's the end of the talking. That's all I want. That's all I care for. And sometimes the news. You understand? I don't care about sports, but most of this image that I will tell you is present in sports. What does it take to be a successful athlete? What does it take to be a successful athlete? Anyone here who was an athlete before in high school? No? You were not? Were you? No? No?
Healthy.
No runner here? No? The first one is discipline. You know what's a classic example of discipline in the Christian life? Celibacy for priests and nuns. Right? Can you date a nun?
No.
Of course not. Can you date a priest?
Of course not.
You understand? Discipline is, that's one example of discipline, celibacy. Celibacy is not really required in the Bible, that ordained ministers must be celibate. No. St. Peter was married, right? How do I know that St. Peter was married?
The mother-in-law.
Because he had a mother-in-law, like me. So, we know that St. Peter was married. He had a mother-in-law. But St. Paul was not married. He was not married. I know for sure. I didn't speak to him. Because they killed him before I could speak to him. Because all the writings point that he was not married. Second, persistence. You watch TFC? Except Anthony. You watch soap operas in Spanish-speaking channels? Telemundo? Yeah, you watch? Never? Occasionally. You know, there are game shows on TV. Even if you lose, you get disqualified, you can try again. I don't know how long you have to wait, but you can try again. And you lose again, they kick you out again, and you try again. There's no stopping. We call that persistence. Just have to keep trying. And you need that for a Christian. Why do we need persistence? Because we're broken sinners. Let me see the hands who are sinners here. Really? I'm bigger than you. The reason we need persistence as a Christian is because because of our fallen nature, we just keep sinning every time. But it's not the sinning where the glory is. The glory is, as often as you fall, that's as often as you rise back up and try again. What can you do? That's life. When I say that's life, that means because of our fallen nature, because we were born into sin. The name is concupiscence. Remember concupiscence? I gave that to you before. Last year. Next. There are rules. You agree? There are rules. Jesus says, if you want to follow me, you must deny yourself, take up your cross, and then you follow me. So there are rules. The Shema, the Hebrew Shema, the Lord is one. The Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, with all your strength. The Hebrew Shema. So there are rules. Jesus says, all these Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, can be summed up into 2. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. And the second is like the first. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. The 2 greatest commandments. So there are rules. There are rules that apply to Christians. If you want to keep your Christian life, you must abide, and you have to have all this. The next one is alert for injury. What does it mean? You understand alert? What sort of injury is this? In sports, you can look forward to being injured, right? I don't care. Soccer, football, baseball, basketball, you'll get hurt. Right? Even tennis, you can get hurt. Swimming, sure, you can get hurt. So what is this injury in Christian life? What sort of injury can you have?
You commit sin.
Well, it's here. Again, falling down and you rise back up. This injury pertains to you being, you can be insulted, right? You can be persecuted. You can be
Martyr.
lied to. Or you can be ostracized. People will say, no, I don't want him as a friend. He thinks he's a Christian. Never mind. So that's injury. Are you prepared? Are you prepared to be ostracized? To be shunned? Are you prepared to be segregated? Not accepted by your peers? Sounds familiar? Oh, you and I want to be accepted, right? We want to be accepted. We don't want the feeling that we are not accepted. We are in the out group. We want to be in the in group. Be careful with your friends. Who said that? Tell me who your friends are. I'll tell you who you are. Some of those groups in high school, in college, they say, if you don't smoke, you're not in. If you don't take pot, you're not in. If you don't have tattoo, you're not in. So these sort of things, they have their own rules, but as a Christian, are you ready for this injury? Understand? Purity. This purity, the other word here is chastity. Just want to make sure you have complete notes. You know what Decalogue is?
10 Commandments.
10 Commandments. Persecution. Insult. Etc. How would you feel? How would you feel when you hear people say, no, don't talk to him, or don't talk to her?
Hurt.
He or she is not one of us. Is that a hurt? To me, it's a joy. If the reason is because I'm Christian. If the reason is because of your being Christian, that's joy. Matthew chapter 5. Happy are those who are insulted and hated because of me. Right? There's joy in being insulted, being persecuted, for the right reason. Of course. If you are, you know what I mean. Teamwork. What does teamwork mean? Unity. Number one word, unity. Did I tell you that one of the reasons you marry is because you want to make sure that your spouse goes to heaven with you? Is that your secret goal? Or you're on the lookout? Teamwork. You have teamwork? Huh, Anthony? Yeah?
But I'm confused with number one.
Number one, discipline.
If you're married, that means you have it.
Chastity. No. Celibacy is just one. This is just one example. For us, is chastity. You know what chastity is? You're true to your calling. To be chaste is being true to calling. That's being chaste. If you are called to be married, then you have to be true to that marriage. If you are called to become celibate, you have to be pure and true to that calling. And before we go to the materials, how about giving this? Is this clear? Very good. Any more questions about this? Is it clear? Do you understand that?
I like that.
This is in further to this. God does not call the qualified. God does not look at PhD. Does not look at master's degree. Does not look at those degrees to call you. No. What God does is He calls you, then He qualifies you for that calling. And the grace is abundant. That's what this means. So if you are called to teach, even if you don't have a degree, you can teach because God qualifies you if you are called to it.